What is going on? This is your boy Randy.Onedge, and today I'm going to show you guys how I edit car photos. So let's get it. All right, so for the past 6 months, I have been doing a lot of car content. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I approach car photography and editing. Now, listen, I am a DP first, not a photographer, okay? I can take photos, I can take really good photos, but I am a DP first and a photographer down the line somewhere. But I got hired to shoot car photos with this company, and I shot a lot of their photos. So I'm just gonna go through my process on how I edit car photos. So take this with a grain of salt. So for all of you professionals out there, do not destroy me in the comments, but I will take constructive criticism. So if you guys want to give any type of criticism, by all means, please let me know. All right, so the camera that I used was the Lumix S5IIX. It's a 24 megapixel camera. It's a beast camera when it comes to video, and it also takes amazing photos. So this is a Ford Mustang. I can't remember what year because I shot this photo months ago. I just like this car in this photo. So the first thing I do is, I bring up my exposure a little bit. So, because when you shoot log in photos, it makes your photos darker for some reason. But I always shoot everything in vlog because you do get the most dynamic range. Now, what I realized when I shot my camera on standard and I shot photos on vlog, and even though vlog came in a lot darker, when I pull up the exposure and go through the editing, there's a lot less noise with vlog photos. And these are the same lighting conditions, same settings on the camera and everything. You can do a lot more push and pull. So it's the same as video, right? When you shoot log on video, you get the most dynamic range, same with photo. But yeah, so let's bring this up. I like to pull my contrast a little. I always bring the highlights down a tad. Now every photo is gonna be different depending on what you shoot, but I bring the shadows up because I wanna bring out those blacks, all of that in the car. So I like to crush the blacks a tiny bit. Now the magic happens when you go into masking, but we're gonna get there. So let me crop this because you want the car to be the focal point. Now, if you were shooting the car in like an area where you want the area to be seen, like you shoot at a gas station, you want everything to be seen, then yeah, that's different. But for this, I want the car to be the focal point. All right, so first, before I do anything, I want to get this sticker removed. So I can go to this tool here, the erase tool. And let's remove that sticker. AI does a great job on a lot of these softwares, Photoshop, everything. Look at that. You can choose which one you want. Let's see. This one looks a lot. So number 2, that looks a lot more natural. So let's go masking. Now with this, you can just hit select subject and it does a really great job at selecting the car. That's a great mask. So here's when the magic really happens. I go in, let me really fine tune, bring the shadows up even more. Just crush these blacks a little more. And a lot of times I like to push the clarity on the car. So let's do a quick before and after, just to bring out a lot of these fine details. And this car was really dirty when we got it in, so yeah. That's pretty much good on the car. So let me go select the background. And I always slightly bring the background down, so not too far, but I always go down just a slight bit so the car can pop, see? And you can get artistic. Now with this one, you can, if I want it to be more, okay, more bluish, depends on time of day. Now this is all subjective, but let's crush these shadows. Bring the highlights down a little bit. I can actually, if I'm gonna do that, let's bring the exposure back up and then crush the shadows more. because I want the car to pop. So you can even desaturate a little bit. So let's desaturate a tiny bit. Now I'm doing a lot of micro changes, so I don't want to change too much. Sometimes it depends, like there's a lot of texture, but I don't need to do that. Sometimes I would bring the texture up, but I don't need to do all that. So that's pretty much good there. So this is when the mask turned off. That's when it turned on. So now sometimes this one you might not have to do it, but let's see. I do a radial gradient and then I always select the wheels because the wheels are very important. This is a good one. Now I'm rushing for the sake of time, but I will go in a lot more detail with a lot of my edits. So now we are on the wheels. So let's brighten the wheels a little bit, make them more contrasty, and then bring the blacks down some. So again, a lot of these are very subtle changes. And then we can go mask the second wheel, radial gradient. Let's fine tune it. Actually, I can rotate this a little bit. All right. Should make it better. I mean, I've already edited this photo. Let's bring it up a little bit. No, I don't want to do the exposure. Let's bring these highlights, shadows, pressure blacks, contrast. So, yeah. Now, I think I might have overdid it with this. So let me bring this down some, because I don't want to overdo it. Again, everything needs to be subtle. So that looks pretty good to me so far. Oh no, what am I doing? All right. So yeah, this looks pretty good. So let's add a few more masks. So now I'm doing a linear gradient just to make this a little darker. Just a tad bit. Then add another one at the top, kind of like sandwich the car. So gradient. You can do something like that. Bring your exposure down a little bit. But yeah, so this is without any masking, and this is with masking. So you can see the power of masking. But yeah, this looks pretty good to me. So let's go back to our regular. Now let's play with the white balance a little bit. There we go, color. Let's make it I'm kind of leaning on the warmer side. A tad warmer. Let's see. Yeah, a tad warmer. Let me just see something, play around with the, oh yeah. If you really want the yellow to pop, let's see. Really get the paint on the car to pop. But you can go as far as you want to go with this thing. But this is pretty much, this is solid. This looks good to me. So we're gonna stop right here because I think this looked good. So this is out before and this is out after. But let's go look at the mask. So when doing any photo, a lot of the sauce, I would say, a lot of the stuff that come in, like the way to make the photo really pop, I would say, is to do masking. That is the secret sauce when editing photos, is when you do masking. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If I added any kind of value at all, then definitely like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.